Hey guys, so here is a walk around of Cat's brand new 918M wheel loader. It comes out around September, and I was given this one for a few weeks to provide feedback, so I figured I'd give you guys a walk around of it and show you guys all the cool features. It's supposed to fill the gap between the 914 and the 926, and to be honest with you, I do like the loader, and it's definitely one that I would consider at some point for my excavation business if I ever got into plowing or needed one for the dirt work. So, alright, so it has a Cat C 4.4 motor that produces 115 horsepower. It weighs in at 20,500 pounds. It's got what Cat calls an optimized Z-bar linkage, which is this. It's Z, as you can tell. And what it does is it's supposed to provide better breakout force for the bucket and also good parallel lifting for work tools like forks. So you can see this has a hydraulic quick coupler. I'll show you how that works on the inside. Bucket capacity is 2.2 yards and heaped about 2.5 yards. So the lifting capacity at full turn tip load is what they call it. That's basically all wheel loaders, how they rate them, is 12,750 pounds. It has a 9'4" maximum dump height, so that's with the arms all the way up and the bucket all the way curled down. It'll load my triaxle no problem. And it does have good auxiliary circuits. They must be planning on selling these to people who like to run attachments. If you get the standard flow, it's 25 gallons per minute, and the high flow they do offer is 40 gallons a minute. So this machine does take DEF fluid, DEF. It's right there. It's a 5-gallon tank. And the fuel, I'll show you in a little bit, but the fuel tank is 40 gallons. Also on this side is all your electrical fuses. So it does have two full opening doors, which I kind of like. You can get out both sides if you want, or you can just open them all the way up for airflow. It is a hydrostatic machine, so I'll show you inside, but in first gear it'll go 6 miles an hour, in second it'll go 12.5, and then in high it'll go 25. There's your hydraulic fluid oil level check. I don't have a key on me, but we'll open this whole thing up so you can get right in here. So here's the diesel fuel. So there is that little door you can open. You don't have to open this whole thing to fuel it, but you can see everything here. So it doesn't have a DPF filter, but it does take the DEF fluid. So no DPF, but it does do DEF. So here's how you just open that up. You can get to the fuel. Lights in the back. It's got blinkers. That's your reverse light. You can get to the fan, radiator here. Backup beeper. Tow hook. And then on this side, so it does have a battery disconnect switch. So if this was running and we shut it off, this light will stay on, telling you not to kill the power, because what it has to do with the DEF fluid, and it's the same as my dump truck, is it has to purge the system because the DEF fluid can freeze. So it puts it all back into the tank, and then if it's really cold out, it has a heater in it and it unthaws it. But the point being is you don't want to let that fluid sit in your lines and then freeze. So this light will stay on until it's safe to go ahead and kill the battery. And again, there's a little door here. You don't have to open the whole thing if you don't want. Alright, let's go inside out of the rain. So, you got your handbrake right here. You got a pouch. Store anything that you need in there. Cup holder. It is a full air ride heated seat. Armrest, very comfortable. You got speakers up there. GoPro does not come with it. Pretty good visibility, actually excellent visibility out the back. You can get it with a backup camera, but I honestly don't see the need for that. Radio, key code, so you can enter in you'll have to enter in a code in order to start the machine, and that works in conjunction with the actual key. Over there is your brake, and there's your gas. So we'll start it up. So one thing, this is your forward, neutral, reverse. Has to be in neutral to start it. If it's in forward and the machine's not starting, that's why. That's with most loaders as well. So windows slide and lock. This opens fully. That knob is what you pull on the outside to get it to close. Mirror, visor. We got a windshield wipers here, along with blinkers. And as well as headlights. And then you got more lights here, fog lights, if you have a blinker beacon on, hazards, economy mode, so that'll save you on fuel if you're doing lighter duty work. This is all your display. Hydraulic temperature, fuel. So that's your DEF meter, basically your fuel tank for that. Engine temperature. This is RPMs, what gear you're in. If you're in neutral, I have the handbrake on. So now forward, neutral, reverse. and then if you go into 1, and then if you go into high. So those are the 3 modes that I told you about earlier. You got a horn, steering knob, standard wheel loader stuff. So over here is your joystick, forward, neutral, reverse, all right on there. This would run a work tool. This is switches, so you push this and it kicks it from first to second. And then there are 2 buttons on the bottom as well. And one of them, the bottom one, is your diff lock, so on and off, and then the top one is also a work tool control. So this button right here is auto, I don't know what they call it, but basically it just makes the boom float as you drive faster so the machine doesn't bounce as much. It's pretty much standard on every loader. You can turn it on or off. It automatically comes on at a certain mile per hour. This turns the bucket positioning on and off. So if I pull this lever, see it's going up. All the way up to the top. So that's good for if you're doing production and you're loading machines or trucks. You can shut that on or off. So basically you just pull it. It gets to a certain point. They're electric hydraulic controls, and you just pull it a little bit more all the way up. And then the next one, or actually I'm sorry, that one's for the bucket. So that's here as well. So if your bucket is tilted and you go all the way to the side, it automatically self-levels, so when you get all the way back down, it's level. And then this one is your boom. This one is your hydraulic responsiveness rate. So I have it on the highest, so if it's here, the hydraulics work slower. So it's to help you out with your work tools. If it's all the way up, they move faster. These you can set, it's almost like cruise control. It only works in first gear, and it'll only go up to 6, so it'll basically go 0 to 6 miles an hour. If you're driving and you're running like a planer or something and you need to be traveling at certain miles per hour for it to work, but you need to be running at full RPMs or something, you can set the speedometer here and turn it on and off, and you can also resume it that way. This is your traction control settings. So that's full. This machine will spin all 4 wheels right in the dirt if you want it to, driving into a pile. So you can turn the tone up and down on that. This is about how fast it changes the gears. And this also changes the speed at which it changes the hydrostatic. This is how you go from high to low gears. So the hydrostatic will shift between first and second, but if you want to get into high, you got to click that button. Key. This is your hydraulic override. Nothing works. Quick coupler. Basic same pin grabber system. Go this way, comes right off. You can put it back on. This runs attachments, rear defrost, rear windshield wiper, 12-volt plug. This is your HVAC controls, hot, cold, defrost, AC, and then fan speed right there. So not too bad. It's a nice loader, pretty simple, but you can definitely have some good uses for it. So there you go. walk around of the not even yet released brand new Cat 918 wheel loader.